Hello everybody, I'm sorry I haven't done a video in such a long time, but I've been just really busy and I've just kind of forgotten about it and forgot to do it. So before we get into today's video, let me show you my outfit a bit better. Let's do a bit of a catwalk. And without the shrug or bolero jacket or whatever it's called. There you go. It's a bit nippy, so that's why I wanted to wear the shrug. Yeah, it's just called a shrug. Anyway, so today's video, I want to remind you that I do have a pack, a therian pack / family. And I was also I wanted to talk about my plans, possible plans for either this place or another like big property. I was thinking of creating, like, you know, maybe some of you guys have heard of the Chateau. It's basically a woman, a young woman, I assume, who put together a hotel, and it's basically where people who were different, who like to dress as animals and engage in pet play and furry stuff and the like, and therian stuff, could come and just be themselves, dress how they want, stay a while. And it became like a kind of community, and people were like virtually living there because everybody had such a great time. It was very glamorous, it was decorated very glamorous, not like this, it's like a bit dull and dismal, but you know, it was like pinks and like pastel colours and stuff. It was awesome, feather boas and all sorts of glamorous things. Well, I was thinking of doing a similar one like that, putting together, it would start out as a community because I can't afford to get together a hotel. So because I've got no money, I was thinking it could start out as just a community, like online, and maybe we can meet up and stuff. But it would be kind of like for therians and furries and stuff, or just anyone who is different. So it could be for like goths, just people who like to dress in alternative clothing and want an alternative lifestyle, similar to these things. For trans people and everything. People who like to dress in like period clothes, like Lolita and Cadona and Augie and all stuff like that. Like, I like to dress. So this is like partly a furry outfit and part kind of like I'd say male Lolita, because, you know, I'm wearing like a shirt and a waistcoat looking thing here. What's it called? I'm gonna put this back on. I'm not too cold at the moment, but I'm very sensitive to the slightest bit of air, I guess you might say, because of my eczema. So I don't feel too bad at the moment, but I'd rather have a bit of warmth. So there we go. I did want to find a long sleeve top, but I could only find this, so it's perfect for the weather. It's not been too badly today. But yeah, I just want to let you know that I do have it's called, oh, I forgot to mention, it's called House of Fluff. Yeah, that's what it's going to be called, my chateau type thing. It's going to be very glamorous and awesome and amazing. And I want it to be a kind of family as well. It'd be nice if I could get like a partner in crime, which would be like my wife, and I'd be the husband, and all our followers could be our children. I thought it would be amazing. We could be a family. It'd be good for people who don't have a family or are grown up but they haven't got a family. You know, they didn't have a family back then and they kind of want that now because they've missed out on it. You know, it'd be good for stuff like that. It would be amazing. And we could just dress up and just be animals and just be whatever we want. Or people could just like role play and just be like their persona, like they've created. Like, not necessarily fursona, but obviously that as well. But I was thinking, like, you know, right, my life is basically, technically, biologically, I'm a girl. And I live with my mum. And, you know, I feel like I'm living as sort of, I guess, an average Joe. Because, you know, I'm not rich, I'm not of noble or royal blood or anything like that. But I like to pretend, if you will. But I like to live like I am that. So I'm like a male, and I'm this and I'm that, you know, like whatever, like a favourite nationality that I want to be. Like I feel like I should be, because I feel like I should be German or something. I've always felt like I should be German ever since I was 16, and probably before that as well. So my persona is German, male, and like a handsome rich playboy, which I'm not in real life obviously, because well, I don't get girls or anything like that, and I wouldn't know how to like seduce them and manipulate them and stuff like playboys do. But my persona is that, where I just get lots of girls and I've got lots of money and, you know, I'm really high quality and stuff. And obviously I dress like I am. So basically in this community, in our community, you would get to, if you are the opposite, but you want to be the opposite of what you are, you can sort of be that and no one will judge you. So if you're oh, I don't know, is it like not politically correct to say that anymore? I don't know what you call it, but like, you know, just sort of an average working class Joe, but you want to live and sort of pretend that you are a noble or a royal or whatever, you can sort of do that. Or if you want to be a god, or if you want to be like whatever you want to be, and you won't be judged for it. Like, we won't say, oh, you've got a superiority. Like, for me, I've been told, like, oh, you've got a superiority complex. You know, when I kept saying I was rich and posh and I was like a god and stuff and call me lord. People would say I've got a superior, and they'd like, you know, they'd judge me for it and everything and say, you're not that, you're not that, you're not. It's like, well, in this community, you could be whatever you want. No one's going to judge you for it. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. So, if you want to be a mythical creature, you can be. And you don't have to, like, go, like, I've noticed in a lot of therian communities, you have to sort of use certain buzzwords, like you can't say pretend or whatever because that makes it not serious. And it's like, I don't care. If you want to pretend to be a unicorn, you can do. If you want to pretend to be a centaur, you can do. Like, you don't have to say, oh, I am this and I am that, like I feel like I am this. You don't have to do that. You don't have to say, oh, it's a spiritual thing. I feel like, oh, I'm born in the wrong body. Like, you don't have to. If it's not a case of that, it's not a case of you were born in the wrong body, but you just want to be that, you can. In my community, I'm not going to judge you like a lot of therians kind of do. Like, a lot of people in the therian community do say you have to, it has to be a case of you feel like you're born in the wrong body. Like, I feel like I was a wolf born in a human's body, or it's like my spiritual animal or stuff. You have to say stuff like that. You can't just say, oh, I like wolves and I want to pretend to be a wolf because I want to be a wolf. Because, oh, that means you're not a real therian and you're just a fake. And it's like, well, it doesn't matter with me. I don't care if you're fake, as long as you're genuine. Do you know what I mean? Like, genuine as in you really like this and you really like the lifestyle and want to be a wolf or want to be whatever it is that I've just mentioned, like a centaur or a unicorn or a mermaid. You don't have to say to me, oh, I was born in the wrong body. I feel like I should be a unicorn, or I feel like I should be a wolf. It's like, you don't have to say that with me. You can say pretend if you want. If you can say you just like this thing and you want to be this thing, so therefore you're living as this creature. You can do that with me. It's like, if you're one of those people who weren't necessarily feeling like you were born in the wrong body, as in like you're female but you feel like you're supposed to be male. Even if you're not that and you just like the idea of being male, say for instance, you can be that with me. You can be honest with me. A lot of people don't feel like they can be honest, and they have to have been like this since they were very young, and they have to say, I was born in the wrong body, and they have to say, you know, that sort of thing. You don't have to with me. You can be honest. You can be genuine. That you just like the idea of being a thing and you want to try living as that. Then that's fine with me. You can do that. You can be honest and genuine with me. You don't have to, you know, like, well, if this, that, the other, then you're not really this, that, the other. You know, it's not going to be like that. You can be whatever you want, act like however you want, as long as you're still respectful and nice to people. And in a jokey way, you can sort of say, oh yes, I'm, like, if say for instance you want to be a posh rich gentleman and you like I kind of like the idea of doing what like in a jokey fun way, where you sort of like, oh, how common, you're common, and oh, poor people, you know, like that, just for like a laugh, then awesome.